Hello and welcome to Ambi Marie Knits. This is episode 51. Yes, episode 51. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as Ambi Marie Knits. Welcome to my channel. It is crafty, primarily fiber related. I do knitting, crochet. I also sew, I'm learning to quilt, and spinning is something new that's happened as well. Today is May 4th. May the 4th be with you. Day late. Usually I upload on Fridays, but I was waiting for something specific and I will get to that shortly. I have one finished object. I have a couple works in progress, one y'all have not seen yet, and then some spinning, and then a couple new bags in the shop, and my reading. So we're gonna go ahead and just jump right in with the finished object. It's a small one, but it's still cute. Look at him. So this is a Knubbelchen. I don't speak German. I'll have the name of it there. Pattern will be linked below. But it's just a little doll. And it's really fun. So you cast on at the head, you knit the head, you knit the body, you split to each leg, come back and pick up each arm, then you make a hat and sew it on. Only thing that's stuffed is the head. I prefer to leave them faceless because, quite frankly, putting a face on it makes it look even more creepy. But it's cute, and then you knot everything. This is a present for a future niece I'm getting because, well, just good to chew on. Yarn I use. So I went to my local yarn store, Mad Knitter's Yarn, for this yarn, and it is Jody Long My Little Sunshine. Show you a tag right there. So the color, the stripes one, that's not the stripes. Happy Stripe, My Little Sunshine Happy Stripes is this one. And it is 60% organic cotton, 40% acrylic. I do not, Monster is the name of this color. And then this one is just the plain white, and it is called Angel. And also a 60-40 cotton acrylic. It's really soft. It knit up really nice. I think it's going to be great for baby toys. So yeah, that is my one finished object. And next up is whips. We're going to go ahead and get the exciting one out of the way first. So the reason why I had to wait to record this is because I've been doing a sample knit for Fangirl Fibers, and the pattern wasn't out yet. It's a knit graffiti pattern. It is called Reydiant. It is Star Wars based. I admit, closest I get to Star Wars is Spaceballs, but that's okay. It's a really fun pattern. It's brioche, and I am pulling up my information for you. So, colors it's using by Fangirl Fibers are, I gotta see the name of them on here. Hold on just a second. There we go. This is called Scavenger. So it's kind of like a tan, but it's got some green and like darker flecks in it. So we've got Scavenger, and then the other color is Straight to the Dark Side. Not pretty. Let's do them together. And here's the brioche shawl. Let me start at the top, and we're tangled. I'm always tangled, y'all. Look at this. Look how nice that is. Okay, it is so squishy. I would not have thought of using a high twist for brioche. Usually it's like a single ply or just regular or something, but no. High twist, brioche, so squishy. So we've got these on here. That's where I'm at. I am working on the third section out of a lot. This thing's huge. Like the wingspan is supposed to be 87 inches and a 28 inch depth. There we go, I can talk. This thing's gonna be huge. I love it. It's so fun to knit. Like, I'm gonna make sure I have it linked. Fangirl Fibers should have kits. It's a 4-skein shawl, 2 skeins of each color, and it's so good. It makes me so happy. So that's the main thing that I have been working on lately. Not as much as I should, obviously, also because we're being done, but I haven't had it for that long. So I'm trying to get that done as soon as possible so I can get it back to Emily at Fangirl Fibers. So that's that. Next up, oh, and somewhere I should have put in a picture of the actual pattern. Next up, we're going to talk about that blanket I showed you. So I'm finishing a blanket for one of my friends, and it is in a pretty cool bag that Tamara gave me. It's a quart of thorn and roses and yarn. Just cool. So ran into a problem with this project. Gauge. Everybody's gauge is different. My friend, she started this, has a really tight gauge. So, yes. So this is hers. So she started this. Okay, fine. That looks great. Well, then me and my friend Anna's helped me a little bit with this too. We come into it. Do you see a problem here? Do you see that? Same number of stitches, maybe two less. I think I counted 147, it's 145 here, something along those lines. So, yeah. I went down from a 4mm to a 3.5mm hook. And still, I don't know if I can't see the screen, but do you see how it flares? Really? Yeah. So, obviously, I've got to rip that out. Haven't figured out exactly what I want to do because I want to make sure I keep the portion my friend has done. Like we need that part in here because she's making this for a relative. So we'll see. Oh, by the way, yarn is Lion Brand Mandala in the colorway Echo Caves. Very pretty. I love Lion Brand Mandala. It's soft acrylic and it's just got fun colors. So give you an update on that next week once I figure out what I'm gonna do to make that work. Cause I'm gonna make it work. This blanket's gonna get done. Just not sure how. Okay, so that's that. And next project is new. So after I finished the Knubbelchen, I need another small project. So you know what? It's been a while since I made a pair of socks. So I started socks, and they are in a Dinosaur bag made by me. I will show you that better in a few. So yarn we're using is Coven Collective. Their Spellbound sock. That's the name. I can't pronounce it, but I'm going to try. Nephelbeta. There's an I in there somewhere there. I'm not sure. It's pretty. I love the color. I like how it's muted, but then there's these bright pops of like pink and orange in there. Makes me happy. So we're making a shorty sock. This is how far I got. Oh, it's tangled. Not very far. I cast on 58. I want to see what 56 stitches does. Usually I cast on 60 because I'm a loose knitter. And 64 is way too big. So we're going to see. I don't even know who these are for. I'm just making them. So cast on 56. I did 12 rows of cuff. I did 13 rows of leg. I hear a dog barking. Sorry if you hear them. I did a shadow wrap heel. I am knitting these on size 1s, which is 2.25mm. Marking my heel is a Progress Keeper by Hannah of the Corner Craft. I got that in my weekly sock advent last year. So yeah, it was fun, mindless knitting. I'm going to a wedding this afternoon. This is going with me. So, just my on-the-go project. Okay, so that is all of the knitting stuff. Next portion of fiber we're going to talk about is spinning. So, this is a prototype bag from Gingersnapfibers, and it is very nice to hold spinning wheel, not spinning wheel, drop spindle. There we go. So we have a drop spindle. So, this was the first, oh wow, it came, oh wow, it's such a mess. It came untwisted, I don't know. It's a disaster anyways. Okay, so this is the first attempt of the drop spindle. That's fine. Gotta have a first attempt on everything, so that's cool. This yarn is BFL. Wool, this fiber is BFL, whatever. And then what I have on here right now is Jacob, which is definitely toothier. I don't like it. Like spinning it, I didn't like it. That's okay. Not great, but I was doing it. Doing the park and draft. So you spin it and then you pull. I don't know. But I've been working on that because I tried a little bit last weekend on the e-spinner. I have a Nano 2 from Dreaming Robots, an electric eel wheel. Couldn't get it going last weekend. So I left it alone and I messed with this because, you know, I have to learn how to draft. And then this morning when I got up, I'm like, I'm doing this. They have the best Facebook group. I literally put a post on there, hey, why isn't this working? And 5 minutes later, I had answers. And I got it to work. So, let me show you the progression of what's happened this morning. Because the problem I was having is it wasn't wanting to go on the bobbin. Like it wasn't going. Had to adjust a whole bunch of stuff. Made it work. So, here's the first one from this morning. You can see how over twisted it is, but because it was twisting, but it wasn't wrapping. So that's the first one I did this morning. Then I got some help, and then we got this. Oh, this is the BFL again. See if that focuses. So improvement. Okay, so I did that. Then I switched to the merino that was in there. Here's the next one I did. Getting there. Not perfect. It's going to be a long time before it's perfect, but much more consistent. It was actually on there. And then I will put a picture of what I have on there right now. And the goal is, maybe not today, maybe today, I want to figure out how to ply. So I'm going to get the other one of this merino spun, and then I'm going to figure out how to make a homemade lazy Kate is what I do believe I need. And then I'm going to figure out how to ply. Because today, great. If it's later on this week, okay, fine. But that's what I really want to do. I have noticed, using the spinner, I prefer the fiber that's a little bit variegated. So like these ones that have more than one color in there, because while I'm doing it, I can see the twist better than I can on like the solid ones. So, also with that being said, I would have waited till later to record this if I had my informed delivery from the post office had said I was getting my stuff in today, but I ordered some stuff from Fiber Genie. Yes, the Fiber Genie. So I ordered their mini bats. I'm not quite sure even how many ounces they are. I don't know the terminology yet. I'll get there. Be patient with me. But I ordered 2 that I know the colors of. And then before that had even shipped, she had a sale. Well, she had 4 of the small ones for like $50 some odd. And I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. I love a mystery. So that's all coming. It said today, but it doesn't have it on the truck. It's already like 9:30 in the morning. If it was going to be on the truck today, my thing would say it. So I will show that to y'all next week. Something to look forward to. I'm so excited. Like I'm not going to say that these aren't pretty. We all know these are not my colors. So this is practice stuff since it is not in my colors. I can't wait to get started on stuff that is. We'll see. Okay, so we have covered everything yarn related. Next up, we are going to move into bags. And we have 2 new bags that you haven't seen yet in the shop, and you kind of already saw them. So I have 2 Sarah bags because land before time. And they're fun. So they have bright green insides. The front Triceratops looks great. Look at my tags, that's so exciting. The back Triceratops, they're not lined up. There was no way to have both sides lined up on these. But these are both in the shop. They are the small sock size. Like this one right here. Because yes, I'm keeping one of these for myself. If you want to check out my Etsy, go for it. Not required, but it's there if you want to. Okay, so that's that. Next up, April recap. Oh, speaking of April, did you know April 30th was my 1-year anniversary of this channel? I've been doing this for over a year now. And people are still watching? That's weird. I don't know how to take that, but it's kind of cool to know that I've been doing this for a full year now. And I can't wait to see what this next year brings. But recap on April. So I did 8 finished objects. Those included the Fiber Festival shawl, the ranunculus, that was a sample knit for Red Dwarf Fibers. I finished a muscle burra. Everything else was tiny, like the can cozies. I made a chicken, the toy I just showed you, all of that. Yarn in and out. It says that I got 5 in and 1 out. I'm confused on that one because I'm only tracking the full skeins, and I did not put down the Fangirl Fiber stuff because that's an in and out. Like, I'm not keeping none of that. That's not mine, so I don't put that on there. So I don't really know what I did yarn-wise on that. I know I've definitely that out should be more because I cast on the V-back team. So those numbers are wrong. But I'm not wanting to find yarn. Like, I don't know why. Maybe it's because my setup is where my sewing stuff is and I've been sewing so much lately. But then again, I had to clean up all the sewing stuff so I can do the spinning stuff. So I need a bigger place for my craft supplies. That's okay though. So yeah, 8 finished objects, that's cool. I'm happy with what I got done. I've done just so much more when it comes to garments last year and this year, so that's nifty. So that's it on the crafty stuff. Next up, we are gonna go with books. So I've only read the other series or Other Realms by Heather G. Harris, but if you go decide to read them, they're great. They're on Kindle Unlimited. I like them. They're really fun, quick books. But usually when an author has multiple series in the same world, so like multiple characters have their own series in a world, I read all of one, then I go back and read all of another. Don't do that with this one. So you have the first 4 books are Glimmer of whatever. That's one series. Read those. Then you have Challenge of. So Challenge of the Court. I think it's Of the Court is the next part of the Other Realms series. So it's all part of that Glimmer. Book 5 and 6 and 7. Book 5, fine. Go ahead and read it. Book 6, don't read that until you have read part of another one of the characters series called The Other Wolf. I've read book 1 and 2. I'm just starting on book 3. And what I'm going to read in book 3 is going to tell me what's happening in book 7 on the other one. Because I started reading book 7 and I'm like, no, book 6, do apologize. Book 6 of The Other Realms. I started reading it and I'm like, what are y'all talking about? Like, something kind of big had happened? And I'm like, I don't understand. And then I realized that I need to go back and read that one. And then there's 3 characters total. So you have Jinx, which is the one the first one's about. And then the other wolf is about her friend Lucy. And then there is a witch called Amber that I think the other one's about. I haven't got that far yet. So it's a good series. Definitely recommend it. But maybe I should Google an actual like reading order of this series, because you can't do them each series individually without it throwing some stuff off. But otherwise, I mean, it's a great series. Definitely do recommend reading it. It's definitely keeping me entertained right now. I'm not currently listening to any books right now. I go through phases, and I know, my hair's, I don't care, it's fine. I go through phases where I listen to audiobooks for a while, and then I don't listen to audiobooks, so it happens. But, okay, that is all I have. I mean, goals for this week are getting the shawls done as fast as I can. And yeah, working on that spinning. So I do want to thank everybody for watching. Have a great week.